Alright, I'm back. Hello to you. Alright, let's turn it on. Yesterday, I don't like that I simply had no patience and you this hint of what to do. I'm supposed to do this. Despite it's actually the first game where they introduced it, I wonder why. They thought that Layton players who would not understand Ace Attorney, gameplay, or what? I'm not sure what to say. Alright, need to check the sound. First of all, test is test. Yeah, it's working. Strange that it's saying to press start when you can press A, it will be the same effect. Same result. Skip, obviously. What? Yeah, skipping all this. And he is supposed to present. Actually, it doesn't matter what they'll present, lantern or bucket of milk. Let's present lantern.
Objection!
Or not. It's not? I wonder why. It's actually the same. One has mods, another one does not.
Objection!
No idea what to say about this. Anyway, let's read it one more time. I'm afraid what really happened is not quite so simple. What? What you talking about? It had only just stopped raining moments before the crime took place. As a result, the ground was very muddy. If Miss Cantabella really placed this bucket on the ground, like you claimed she did, then it should be kicked with mud, just like the lantern was after it fell. So it doesn't really matter what you're showing, but yeah, looks like it matters. Well, saying that clears up your mighty testimony, wouldn't you? Hey, burn him! What? Just gonna sit there, looking pretty? Come on, give me a hand here! Flattery will get you nowhere, witness, other than perhaps to the dungeon. At any rate, there's but one question we ought to ask. Why is there no mud on that bucket? Actually, she released this bucket from her hands, so why seeking this no mud? To the witness with the god, may I ask you a question? Are you talking to us? In it? You admitted to the card that you returned home with the milk bucket. Illegally, I must add. My, such harsh words, Inquisitor. When you took the bucket home, you must have simply wiped the mud from the bucket. Is that correct? She did not, but she'll say that yes. You know, now that you mention it... No way, don't tell me. It's milk bucket. Oh, that's right. I remember now. I don't know if what was on the bucket was mud exactly, but it certainly was dirty. Before taking it inside with me, I remember wiping it clean with an old rag. Are you kidding me? Exceptional work, Inquisitor Barnum. Right, it all makes perfect sense, see? You were right all along, weren't you, Inquisitor Barnum? She's the robber? It's just was trying to save some evidence for later. Actually, it looks like robbing someone is not a crime here, only being a witch. I knew that sword when just for show, Bruno, you slice his argument in two.
Objection!
Witness, Miss Mary. What is it? Wasn't he referenced to her as Mrs. before? Okay, let it be Miss. Not sure, I don't remember. You're absolutely sure there was mud stuck to this milk bucket? Why? Well, truth be told, I don't remember whether it was mud, exactly. But I do remember cleaning the bucket off when I got home. It would seem. The defense has failed to disprove the witness's claims. Of that, we can be quite certain. That will teach you, Bluey. Bluey? You got that right. Do me a favor, will you, Grounds? I wanna change mid-testimony just a tiny bit. Don't quite understand why in all English they constantly saying me instead of mine. Is it even correct? I allow it, only if the witness refrains from name calling in the future. You got it, my lord. Well, all this court Mama Jamba has left me thirstier than a dog in a desert. Hello, son. That switch there was holding the stick. I haven't heard you say the incantation thinger. That's right, I witnessed it all. Hello, Lex. I don't quite understand what does he mean by stick. Let's press it.
Hold it!
But no one knows for sure if Miss Cantabella dropped that milk bucket on the ground. Because there's no mud on it. And that's what you're saying? Hey, we went over this already. We know the god lady wiped off all the mud.
Objection!
However, Miss Mary doesn't clearly remember whether or not it was mud that was stuck on the bucket. You really don't remember. But maybe? I guess maybe there was mud on it. I mean, she couldn't hold the scepter without putting the bucket on the ground. Miss Mary, please give a definitive answer. I actually don't quite understand. Really? No matter what, the bucket's supposed to be on the soil. Because how else she would be able to steal it? Hold on, Blue. Talk all you want, cause it ain't gonna help. You see? The five of us, we saw what that witch went and did. You saw it clear as day. How the heck say that? What the heck is he doing?
Hang on!
Excuse me, mister. Earth to grams? Defender, when you say grams, might you by any chance be referring to me? No, of course not, Your Honor. Mr. Worth Smith, are you listening? I heard you quite clearly the first time, young man. This ears her all. The crackling of the fire, the whispering of the crowds, and now your voice. Is that the case? Then allow me to ask you a question. You were clearly deep in thought just now. You have something to say about this man's testimony? Indeed so, I felt something was amiss. However, what that means I cannot say. I cannot say what is amiss. Goodness, could you tell us what precisely was amiss with this third-rate testimony from this third-rate witness? Not to burn them. 5 heads are better than 1. 10 eyeballs are better than 2. As I listened to this man's testimony, I could not help but become aware of something most odd. She still was holding this bucket. I see. He is jobless, so it's his last name. The night when the crime occurred, we all made haste to that terrible scene. The delicious scent of mid-evening dinner permeated through the air. The shadows of those present cast through the dim light. And yet there were but 4 figures standing in that vicinity, myself included. 4? Hold on 1 second. You saying that there were only 4 witnesses at the crime scene tonight? These eyes may be odd, but they know what they saw. Is something the matter, Miss Mary? No, it's just that Snowy and I are trying to remember what happened at the time. I remember the flames erupting into the air. That's when Snowy and I made our mad dash to save their precious milk. So, the only criminal I see here, it's there, it's only here. Name means actually kill as well in Japanese. His last job was roll of toilet brush. And when those 2 ruffians were set ablaze, the flame filled the area with light. In that sudden flash of light, I could see that there were other people around besides ourselves. And that's when I saw them, the other people that scrambled to the scene along with us. I'm quite sure that there were only 4 of us there at the scene of the crime.
Objection!
Hold it, madam. You... This... It is madam means madam? Just noticed. What in blazes is going on? I have 5 witnesses on the stand, all claiming to have witnessed tonight's events firsthand. That means we have 1 witness too many. Hello, one. Torpedo ship? Don't be stupid. You look better stop speaking out of turn. All for one and one for all, remember? You all promised to take this witch down together, didn't you? It's not quite that simple. You saw what you saw. Well, I said it's all about the numbers. And I counted, I say. I have you know my counting is flawless. On nights when sleep eludes me, I can count sheep from moonrise to sunrise. Who is knight? Which one? This one is apprentice. Passionate about becoming a knight. Currently unemployed. And if you're talking about the prosecutor, he's inquisitor here. Inquisitor! 4 witnesses, 5 witnesses, what difference does it make? I think that she's the guilty one. Things all started getting muddled when you showed up. What the? You're saying it's my fault? I was there, you fool. Didn't I just finish saying that? My testimony is strong as steel, even if it's not completely stainless. Order, order! I said order! Order? What is going on here? You claim the number of witnesses does not add up? I've never paid witness to such an outrageous conflict. There's but one answer to this puzzle, a single possibility. What do you mean? Without a doubt, magic must have been used at the scene of the crime. Furthermore, it would indeed appear that there were only 4 witnesses present at the scene. And yet currently we are faced with 5 witnesses testifying to the court. That certainly is quite a fatal contradiction, with only one possible answer. Let's hear this fish. Do you not agree, Mr. Wright? Kinda strange that Layton constantly to the left from Wright, and next to the right from Wright. Why is he constantly moving? The answer it can be. Well, out with this supposed answer, Sir Blue Knight. What is your explanation for the current number of witnesses? They don't see things correctly. They didn't. And Dawn as well. The witch cast a spell on them, or one of them is the witch. Not witcher, just witch. While it might seem far-fetched, the reality is actually rather simple. The real witch and the real murderer, in this case, is actually one of these 5 witnesses. What? You're telling us that the witch is amongst this group of witnesses? What utter rubbish! There's no possible way that such a claim could be true! That's right. You got a lot of nerve accusing one of us being a witch. So because male can be witches here, who should I select actually? Nightly? Nettie? Not Hugh, I believe. She's already still in the bucket. She's more like this. Not him. Not him. 2 of them. I've told you nothing but the truth, yet you still have the gall to bat around such an outrageous accusation? Drunken buffoon? Prince Buffoon from Goblins? Behold, behold, as my rusty shield deflects your petty words like the petty words that they are. Inquisitor Barnum. Yes, my lord. I would like to see a sketch of the crime scene at the time of the incident. Do you have one in your possession? Yes, certainly, my lord. I have one here. I requested it from the court illustrator, just in case. Very well, witnesses. I would like each of you to mark your location at the time of the murder. Actually, he's smart. I don't need to request it. And this crime scene sketch, quickly now! Because usually judge kinda stupid in all these games. The number of witnesses doesn't add up. It looks like we are getting somewhere now, but they haven't even scratched the surface of this case yet. And it's all thanks to this top hat wearing gentleman. What? I have no idea. The court accepts this crime scene sketch into evidence. One of the witnesses is the witch. Let's check it. Who said that there's only 4? Oh, she on the bottom right. 1, 2, 3. So Kira is trying to hide herself behind this drunken. So definitely here. That could only mean one thing. Somebody here isn't telling the truth. That would indeed appear to be the case, Mr. Wright. Listen well, Sir Blue Knight. Panic? At the disco? The path you tread now is a dangerous one. Claiming that a witch is among these most honorable witnesses is a serious accusation. Should it prove to be a false one? I think it's not a serious accusation. If you're blaming who is she? A speller, Candela. It's your accusation, serious accusation, so what will you do? Go to prison? Of course not. You'll find yourself at the other end of my sword. Do I make myself clear? But that wasn't so much my suggestion. I mean, the gentleman here with the lovely top hat was the one who urged me to say it. It is the same thing, Sir Blue Knight. Indeed, it is the same thing, Sir Baker. It is the same thing, Mr. Wright. What's the heck? How are you? Now, already a sword. Ready? Were you listening? You claim the witch is not the accused, and that someone else at the crime scene was the true culprit. If what you say is true, then surely you can tell the court exactly where this person was at the time of the crime. Can you not? Where? Come now, Sir Blue Knight. 1 meter from the victims? Only you can enlighten us as to who this real witch actually is. Sir Dolphin Defender. Dolph? Show us where the witch was at the exact moment the murder took place. Wait a second, but she or he supposed to be around here, and this is the best position here. She didn't want to do this. So if I select somewhere in the middle, or maybe here. Yeah, when he was running there, he hit Scepter or whatever it was called. But which place should I show? This? He missed the begin? Next line? There's some kind of parallel universe in which Phoenix Wright and Herschel Layton were trapped, and magic exists here, and witches. Or maybe there's no magic, I don't know. Let's use this one.
Got it.
The witch was standing probably somewhere around here. Somewhere around here? They failed. It looks like it is your head that is currently somewhere else, Sir Blue Knight. What do you mean? I believe he's trying to convey that your answer was incorrect. Well, he didn't need to be so harsh about it. If I may, Mr. Wright, keep in mind that the real witch is among the witnesses, so we cannot be completely certain that their testimonies are all true, but I know for sure that you're supposed to be in 1 meter. Yeah, radius of the caster. No. This man is actually here. He's living there. There's only 4 people from outside world. Actually 5 now. Because for some reason, a spell exists in real world. Have no idea why. It's supposed to be explained in the end. Of course, that's true. Well, looks like relying on the witnesses' testimonies is out the window. It's right, the witch used a spell ignite, but of course. I already checked it, it's 1 meter. And the witness is lying up a storm. But always inside this Grand Grimoire has to be the truth, right? And I failed! Only 3 HP left. Third of a defender, do not waste the card's time with any more such ridiculous answers. I cannot save here. I mean, your place is perfect here. God damn it. There?
Got it.
In the middle. That's why I selected like this. The witch must have been standing here.
Objection.
What is the meaning of this? Unfortunately for you, that spot has absolutely nothing to do with any of these witnesses.
Objection.
Inquisitor Barnum, I suggest you try taking a look at this. The Grand Grimoire. According to this tome, Ignite summons a cycle of flame within 1 meter radius of the caster. In other words, the witch had to have been within 1 meter of the flame when casting the spell.
Objection.
Of course. You didn't say any more, Sir Blue Knight. First off, notice that there's no one else in that area other than the accused. It should also be quite obvious from the sketch that there's clearly nowhere for anyone to hide. So it's Kira for sure, she cannot stand here because it's pretty far away and she has no glasses or spectacles.
Objection.
True, there aren't any hiding spots, however, there's one other possibility. If a witch wanted to stay hidden from sight. Hidden? Most intriguing. Since you seem to love showing evidence, prove it! How was the witch able to hide in plain sight? What? Because it was one of the victims? What's the heck I supposed to select here? Oh, wait a second. Dimmer.
Take that.
But of course. This Thalia Magica contains 2 magic gems. Ignite and 1 other spell. That's right, the spell Dimmer. Dimmer? It cannot be! That's right. There was most certainly a witch present at the crime scene, only they were completely invisible. All thanks to the magic spell Dimmer. What foolishness is this? Order in the cards. Defender, what are you getting at? Thought the witch used Dimmer to make the Thalia Magica disappear.
Objection.
According to the Grand Grimoire, under the entry for Dimmer, it causes anything the caster touches to vanish from sight. In other words, supposing the witch were holding the staff in one hand, while touching part of their body with the other, they would be able to make themselves disappear. Are you Are you implying that is the reason for the conflicting number of witnesses? Indeed, it is. Which means witnesses. Someone among you is not disclosing the entire truth, and that person is the witch we seek. I believe this is the most possible scenario. Honorable witnesses. You will testify to the court one final time. Tell us exactly what you saw and what you did not see at the scene of the crime. Well, you can tell a lot of things that you didn't see. How absolutely absurd! The purpose of this trial is to convict that girl of the crime, is it not? That's right, we are not witches. Witnesses, I ask that you listen. There's a witch mingling among you. That's right. I'm afraid you're all no longer brothers in arms. The true opponent here is within your own group. The real witch is one of these 5 witnesses, huh? Fine by me. Not to put an end to this trial. To witches. You wish to know where we were all standing tonight? It matters not. Would the flames not burn just the same? That flame, I never saw anything like it. Quite literally left me speechless. Couldn't even so much as scream. Definitely here. Heard the teeniest cry, and then, when I turned around, the blighters were roasting. So rushed right over. He was standing near the city. Heard the incantation, then the flames suddenly erupted. Son of it, I only saw 3 people there with us. As I said, there were only 3 others present. Present. Whatever. Like that man there, who was stumbling around like a newborn calf. A most heinous act indeed. No small wonder these witnesses are so confused. Which amongst the witnesses? Among us? What an utterly baseless claim. Don't think so, Burnham. The only baseless claim in this case is of a spell being a witch. It's more than a little likely one of these witnesses is the culprit. But in the end, she will be the witch. In general, these testimonies are bound to tell me who the real witch is. I never saw anything like it, because she's standing too far away and she has no glasses. So actually I'll take a pause here for a minute, be right back. Hmm? Who the heck is the witch? Who is among us? Hold on, not so fast. Maybe I should get a haircut, so it would be easier to put. Wait a second, to put what? Headset. It's actually not headset. Headphones on the head.
Hold it!
It must have been pretty terrifying, huh? Yes, it's the kind of thing you only read about in books. The moment that pure fire erupted, I could feel my throat tightening up. It was so difficult to breathe, I couldn't even manage to, so such as a scream. Quite. After all, the flames engulfed the scene in the blink of the eye. And I. Yes, I'm sorry, that's why I can't remember, really remember. And where's contradiction? So you can't remember the number of people at the crime scene? Actually, that is understandable, witness. That's also why I was a little late getting to the scene compared to the others. Not sure. As I said, there were only 3 others. Like that man there. Which man?
Hold it!
So, including yourself, there were a total of 4 witnesses at the crime scene, correct? That is how it was. It has come to pass. By the way, what do you mean by stumbling around like a newborn car? Oh yes, that was a man as inebriated. What the hell is this word? As he was loud. Quite the humorous side it was, I dare say. Inebriated? Let's check. Inebriated. Because I don't know the word ebriated. Let's see. Sophisticated term for being drunk? What? Inebriated. 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 Still don't like how it suggests how to pronounce words. Like double E, what the heck is this? If it's E, why in the first E and it's E? It shouldn't be like this. Inebriated. He must mean the witness permanently glued to his cup of whatever it is he's drinking. When I saw the flames rise up into the sky, I wondered to myself, my words, whatever could that be? It's what? However, I could not simply walk over to check. My knees were a bit weak from shock, you see? That's when the wobbly-legged... What is this? Wobbly-legged gentleman came running over.
Hang on!
Is something the matter, mister? Mister! Turn down the volume, Blue. That's my line. Sir Blue Knight, next time please think before trying to press this witness. Looks like this guy even managed to scare Burnham half to death. Can be what? Tetris piece? Now then, sir, about Mr. Wordsmith's testimony just now. He claims you were stumbling around. What does he mean by that? I'm gonna set the record straight right now. In no way was I stumbling around anywhere. I like to think of it more like staggering with style. A responsible adult should know better than to go stumbling around in the dead of night. Look, I don't just go stumbling around like some clumsy idiot. I've got more sense than that. But anyway, I kinda tripped over a large stone. I mean, you don't exactly see what's on the ground in front of you when you're running at full pelt, right? Did he just throw the bottle? What was this? So, I can say I put my life out on the line, proving that you really need to watch where you're going when you run. How courageous of you. Someone give this guy a medal. My lord, this testimony is a meaningless waste of everyone's time. Well, defender, is there a point to this particular line of questioning? Is there anything worth pursuing here? What should I do? But of course. The witness stated earlier that he tripped over a large stone. Mister, I have one question for you. Why weren't you watching what was in front of you? Well, to be honest with Yar? It aren't much of a real reason, but something suddenly caught my attention. Out of nowhere, I sorta heard someone call out my name. And his name will be Dmitri? You heard your name? Slightly goes through other objects? As I turned around when I heard it. Who wouldn't? When a woman calls your name, you pay attention. Am I right? Demon? Demon. So you heard someone call out, "Hey you," from behind, you mean? What? I said they called out my name. How many guys do you know called "Hey you"? Right in the diner? My name is Amir. Amir? It's Arabian? Or whatever, I'm not sure. And don't you forget it, Blue. You heard me? Emir? Demir? Ah, they want to pronounce it less like Demir. I'm sure in Japanese it was much better. Must say this gentleman really does not strike me as an Emir. You know, Professor, it's not a very memorable name, huh? Why not? That's harsh. Animal witness, is there anyone among you who was aware of this man's name prior to now? Not at all. He's always just been Mr. to me. And its name is only as good as the name of the sword he carries. It is the first I have heard of this, and I say I did not expect his name to be one such as a mirror. Blue? You? I'm sorry, but I didn't know his name either. I only remember the names of my most loyal customers. Okay. Looks like absolutely no one knew this witness name. No, it aren't really much of a surprise to me either. But seriously, I definitely heard someone call me name. When you get to be my age, you really start to wonder when you'll find that true love, you know? I thought that brazy voice tonight might be my sweetie. Oh, sweetie. Your Honor, I don't believe we should be so quick to label Mr. Muir's testimony meaningless. Do you not agree? I request that the witness add this amusing anecdote his testimony. Armor? Spellcast? I believe it was Demir now. Demir. Understood. Witness, I meant your testimony, but please reflect only on the important points of your story. Actually, they contradict themselves because names here were constantly called how they spell them. The speller and I forgot what was this detective name. Anyway. The spelling was exactly how you pronounce it. But not for Demir. Now it's Demir. Well... Very frank and stupid one. Tell you, I heard someone call me a name, and I was looking around trying to find them. Not you, them. So I heard to the scent, but then I ended up tripping when I heard someone call me a name from behind. Oh, can I present maybe this grammar like immediately? Wait a second, I cannot present it. I must press an X to appear. Okay. Excuse me, I mean, Emir. Oh, don't say it, Mister. Hey you. It's all the same to me. His name is actually Hey you. You stated that you heard your name being called from behind. Absolutely sure about that? Well, right or wrong, it sure sounded like my name. I mean, what else could it have been? I wouldn't have remembered it happening if I hadn't heard something, right? Still... Maybe there's a chance I just imagine it, huh? But anyway, I remember it came from somewhere behind me. From somewhere behind you? Well, the case closed. It's kinda obvious what happened. What will happen. Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Mr. Emir's memory isn't the most accurate, but if what he says is true, then there's definitely something there. Something, you see. What do you mean? A contradiction? Yeah, I think so. Although, I don't know. There's just something strange about his testimony. It's like Layton is much smarter than things here. Semi-blind girl, indeed. I don't see any decisive evidence in the court record that can help. So, if she was trying to help the girl and now she's doing the opposite, trying to burn her? Why else she killed this two men? I'm not sure. Do you mean to say you found a contradiction that cannot be supported by the evidence?
Objection!
My lord, this line of interrogation is a complete waste of the court's time. Defender, I must warn you, from here on, any unnecessary questioning will be dealt with accordingly. If we don't answer correctly here, it's curtains for the trial and for a speller. If you are intent on finding a fault in this witness testimony, you'll need to present decisive evidence to back up your claims. There's not one single piece of decisive evidence in the court record. But I don't know. Mr. Wright, Mr. Layton, I have an idea. I believe there is a weapon of sorts, with which you may be able to explore this contradiction without the need of evidence. A weapon? No, Defender. Use your answer. Yes, Your Honor. Defense finds that the witness testimony contains a clear contradiction. Your Honor, the defense believes there's a huge contradiction in the witness testimony.
Objection!
What is this? You must be an even bigger fool than I thought, Sir Blue Knight. You really do not possess even a silver of common sense, do you?
Objection.
If I may interrupt for just a moment, Inquisitor Burnham, allow me to ask you this. What need is there for common sense in the world that forgoes using it? Accordingly, I must humbly ask that you discard such a manner of thinking. What do you mean? Have my utmost thanks for placing your trust in me, Mr. Wright. Let's discuss the one remaining weapon in this cross-examination. The remaining weapon? This trial has taught us a valuable new technique to be used in the courtroom, has it not? You mean questioning, right, Professor? Indeed it is, look. Each of the witnesses in this trial has given their own account of what occurred. Therefore, whenever one witness has testified, the other remaining witnesses have listened. That gives me an idea. In addition to catching a witness off guard and questioning them about another's testimony, there's one more thing. Something else we can get from a 5-person cross-examination? That's right, of course! Don't know what he's trying to say. Indeed, Mr. Wright, contradictions. Should one witness' testimony differ from another's testimony, then I suppose that in itself can also be considered a contradiction, can it not? Isn't what I was trying to do like previously? Testimony contradicting testimony. Never would thought of that until now. Enough. Sir Blue Knight, are you prepared to present to the court evidence proving the contradiction within this witness testimony? The witness testimony does not contradict any evidence. It contradicts a testimony. It's a new soundtrack? I never heard it. Is it? What are you talking about? It is time, Mr. Wright. Have a look at the touchscreen. They all seen the testimony of the witness in question, as well as those of other witnesses. Keep your eyes peeled and identify the contradicting testimony. Alright, let's give this another shot, Nick. And make sure you don't forget to take a look at the court record too. Why should I? It's really was, well, not taken from, but taken from there to the Great Ace Attorney. It already played. Hard to understand, but then I ended up tripping when I heard someone call my name from behind. This question here.
Objection.
The person contradicting this man's testimony is none other than you, Miss Kira. You both point at me. At the time of the incident, that man heard someone's voice call his name. That voice belonged to you, Miss Kira. Could not have been anyone else. And yet, in your testimony, you stated that you were in such shock during tonight's events that you couldn't even speak. This is a clear contradiction.
Objection.
What? What is the meaning of this, Defender? Can you really claim to trust this sham of a witness and his sham of a testimony?
Objection.
That man's character is beside the point. His testimony is anything but a sham. As he watched the flames erupt, his attention was drawn to a voice behind him, which in turn made him fall over. He heard a woman's voice calling his name, a very concrete reason, and reason enough to believe his testimony.
Objection.
If it is as you say, then explain why you feel this witness is somehow responsible. A dick? I have no idea. Which game? That's right, why me? People rarely hear me when I'm out selling my flowers. That's how soft my voice is. And besides, there was another woman at the stand. Wasn't there? Me? Who are you getting at, young lady? Do you honestly think a woman my age would be out late at night in the forest, flirting with questionable men? Besides, I didn't even know this pathetic man's name. How could I have called out to him? Neither did I, and even if I did know his name, do you really think he's the kind of guy any self-represented girl would want? Or why not? Come on, ladies, I'm standing right here, you know? As I was saying, the only person that guy could heard from behind him was you, Miss Kira. The defense wishes to present evidence to prove this claim. To accuse a witness like this young lady here, why, it is simply unheard of. Double standards. I must warn you, defender, if you cannot prove your accusation to this court, you'll see the underside of my gavel. Dead Rising 3? And how to honor it? Shows the evidence proving this young lady was the one who called out to this man at the time of the crime. Can I just present this?
Take that.
No? I apologize, but I believe that may not be the correct piece of evidence. But it's correct piece of evidence, why not? That was fast. Join as co-player? What, co-players are so bad? This restaurant writes, having come this far, do not falter here. Straight, stop kidding around. Listen to our professor. Think about it, Mr. Wright. We've both been following the same train of thought until just now, and I completely understand what's going on. Why I cannot use grammar for this? I'm sorry. I have to hurry up and think of something. What am I supposed to show here? You can think all you want, Sir Baker, but not before taking a penalty. Now then, I'll grant you another chance. Show us the evidence proving this young lady was the one who called out to this man at the time of the crime. Came up, looks like.
Take that.
But does it really matter? I could make several paths here. Take a look at this, and you'll have your answer. This is the crime scene sketch. You can see the position of each witness during the crime. The only person that he could possibly have heard from behind him was none other than Miss Kira.
Objection.
Listen here, Sir Blue Knight, and at the end of this game, he'll destroy the table. He'll only tell you this one more time. Tell you this one more time. Dick Baker? I have no idea who is this, as I never played Dead Rising or watched any zombie movies except Resident Evil. A sham of a witness. It's only a sham of a testimony. That's all there is to it. Did you in fact see this flower girl's face? You know, now that you mention it, seeing as I'd fallen down and oh, I don't think I saw your face. Okay, but you heard her voice, right? Let me think. The voice came out of nowhere. It was kinda high-pitched. And I guess it kinda sounded like her, but I can't say whether or not it was this girl's voice. And there you have it, Sir Blue Knight. Such a pity. My lord, it is clear that the defense's claim is nothing but a pointless waste of the court's time. Haven't you delivered unto them a penalty befitting such behavior? Indeed, Inquisitor. Ready, self-defender? What the heck was this? What is that laughter? Pardon me, my lord. It looks like you finally arrived at a decision. That means this has nothing to do with me. And that's right, Inquisitor Burnham? What are you saying? I'm saying that it's time for me to stop penning testimony and get back to peddling flowers. I mean, look at all these flowers left over. It's going to take until sunrise to sell them. Or if I stay here any longer. Maybe, my lord, you and the rest of the court would be interested in buying my entire stock of flowers to help a girl out? No, I don't think. I mean... Then it's settled. Now, if you'll excuse me, my apologies for the interruption. Understood. The court will dismiss the witness. Well, Miss Kira, it would seem you begin to show the court your true colors. Oh? Whatever do you mean? Okay then, everyone, it looks like that's that.
Hold it!
Wait, you can't leave it yet. This cross-examination isn't over. No, that's funny. Say it isn't over, and yet the rest of the court seems to think otherwise. And that's right, Inquisitor Burnham. The Inquisition maintains that the real witch is the accused, Espella Cantabella. This girl is nothing more than a witness. As such, the court cannot force her to stay against her will. This is bad. If they let her walk out now... Nick, do you think she could be the real witch? You really like throwing around accusations, don't you, Sir Defender? Let me spell it out for you one last time, so even you can understand. I didn't know this man's name at all before today, still don't remember it. So how could I have called out to him? Do you get it now? Well then, until we meet again, don't forget to buy some flowers on your way home, everyone.
Hold it.
Well, it's constantly Layton who is saving the day. It's actually out of nowhere? Wait a second, it's Capcom game? Should I play it? Just because it's Capcom? Nick and Dick. Is there something else you wanted? You don't seem to realize what you just let slip. But I will. What are you talking about? This man testified that he heard his name called at the crime scene, however, had no knowledge of his name at the time. Is that correct? That's right. This fellow is just imagining things. Like I said, I already forgotten his name, even though he told it to us earlier. There's just one problem, Miss Kira. Namely, what the voice he heard tonight was actually saying. What the voice he heard tonight was actually saying. No foxes? I will find one. What do you mean? That's obvious. It was a name, wasn't it? No, what was that name again? The Lord, I'm still here, you know? You're saying that what this man heard tonight wasn't a name, but rather something else entirely? Indeed I am, Inquisitor Burnham. Something else. Amir? Demir? Doesn't matter. There's only one other thing it could be. It's a stretch, but the possibilities there. That's right, Mr. Wright. That single possibility is the key to solving this mystery. Is the defense ready to present its evidence to the court? This is ridiculous! I demand you let me go! This instant! Witness, what you're being accused of is not to be taken lightly. I'll not leave this courtroom so long as any reasonable doubt remains. Defender, you may present your evidence. Show the court what the voice this man heard tonight was really saying.
Take that!
Excuse me, mister. I'm sorry, what's your name again? You've got a name that no one seems to be able to remember for some reason. Amir? Hey, it's Amir! My name's Amir. Darn it! How many times am I gonna say it? I know it's kinda pretty common name for me. No matter the number of times you say it, you do not look like an Amir. Again, I only remember my most loyal customers' names. And he doesn't look like he could afford even a single daisy. Come on guys, stop kicking the guy when he's done. Mr. Amir, what you heard tonight at the scribe's stand was not your name. Your name just so happens to sound exactly like a certain other name. Another name? The answer is right here, in this tome. I'm talking about Amir. Amir? What he actually heard at the time wasn't his own name. It was the name of magical incantation. What the... Miss Kira, have you forgotten what you said just a few minutes ago? You quite clearly stated that you didn't know this man's name.
Objection!
Sir Blue Knight, let me get this straight. You're saying that the Amir, heard by this, the witness, was actually said by this flower girl? And that it was not his name at all, but rather the incantation of a magic spell? Just notice that when they're talking, they actually talking. Well, mostly because I'm skipping the text. Moving their mouth. The defense proposes the following. The true criminal, this supposed witch, is not the defendant, Miss Spella Cantabella, but instead the witness, who was hurt uttering the magical incantation, Miss Kira. She is our witch. You used magic to vanish from the scene and tried to frame Miss Cantabella instead. No, she said calmly. What just happened? And that girl, is Spella really not a witch? Unbelievable! I've never heard anything like this. Inquisitor Burnham. Have those two really defeated Inquisitor Burnham?
Objection!
Still not. An impressive display, Sir Blue Knight. It would seem you have finally managed to hone your blade. However, I believe that blade's edge is already beginning to dull. What do you mean? If it's dull, you can use it as blunt weapon like Keyblade. I'm referring to a contradiction. Naturally. Okay, that's my line. Lord, the Inquisition would like to set the record straight regarding what transpired this evening. Very well, Inquisitor Burnham. Sir Blue Knight, you claim the following. At the time of the crime, the accused, Espella Cantabella, was surrounded by the two rocks. And in order to frame the accused as a witch, Miss Kira cast the spell Demir, and made herself vanish. She then moved in closer to the victims, at which point she cast Ignites, thus causing the incident seen by our witnesses tonight. It would be nice if Amir actually tripped here because of her, not a stone. Hidden here, his legs, whatever. And then that does seem to be the claim. The problem is what happened next. There's a contradiction in the defense's account of Miss Kira's movements. Contradiction? Her movements? Allow me to continue. The witnesses have stated that they each ventured out toward the crime scene. Just when Miss Kira, the witch, made her way to this point, while still invisible. Oh yeah, there's contradiction. About this scepter. There were two of them? I'm not sure. Against creatures without harm, but you can use to hit some other people. Like bosses with hearts. When she arrived at Saint Spot, she then cast a mirror and appeared to join the other witnesses. And there you have it. That's accurate, isn't it, Sir Blue Knight? That's correct. Then Mr. Amir heard you call his name. Well then, I have but one question that I would like you to answer. Why would a witch need to do such a thing? Not a bald scepter? What do you mean? Supposing Miss Kira were a witch, surely she would not have made the conscious decision to appear when she did. One would imagine she would remain hidden and flee the crime scene. Quite right. That's what I'll do if I was a witch. Given that point, there would be no viable reason for her to recite the incantation. In other words, it's inconceivable that this flower seller, Miss Kira, could be witch. But every single person is unique. They can do this, they could do something else, it doesn't matter. Inconceivable, so what? What just happened? And that girl, is Kira really not a witch? Mr. Burnham just turned this entire trial right around. He actually did not. He said some bullshit that cannot prove. Just what I expect from Labyrinth's sort of justice.
Just as Inquisitor Barnum said? Me? A witch? The idea is laughable.
Is that first time when they heard your voice? Not good. Just completely bounced back onto her feet. You were so close too. Can't believe Inquisitor Burner. Can't he see it? Just have to take one good look at her. It's obvious she's the real witch here. Remember, Mr. Wright, at times like this, a cool head will prevail. Mr. Layton, I'm sure you have had to find your way out of circumstances such as this many times before. This situation is no different. As a defense attorney, what would you usually do at such a time? What I usually do? Say an objection? Of course! There's only one thing that can get me out of a situation like this. I've got to flip this case on its head and think outside the box. It would seem the defense has nothing further to add. But of course, that's because everyone knows the truth. They know that girl right there is the real witch. It settles it, then. Go ahead and deliver your verdict, my lord.
Objection!
The situation is exactly as you describe it, Inquisitor Burnham. It really doesn't make much sense for the witch to have used a mirror. Regardless, the defense still maintains that Miss Kira did utter that incantation and make herself reappear. Now the question is, for what reason? If she really didn't have to use that spell, then why use it in the first place? Can find the answer to that question, then this entire case will start to unravel. Most fascinating. Very well, allow us to hear this theory of yours. Come on, say the facts. Tell the court why it was necessary for the witch to appear at the crime scene. Well, it's still in the game. Once you eliminate the impossible, what remains must be the truth. The reason Miss Kira appeared at the scene of the crime was to become a witness, to give herself an alibi, to cover up her crime, to become a witness. Why do you need alibi? Or maybe cover up your crime? Let's select the first one. The answer is obvious. She must have wanted to become a witness herself.
Objection!
No. Cerebral Knight, do not slam your hands down the desk unless you have a strong point to make. The same goes to your mouth. Don't waste your breath on such nonsense. Have a look at the number of witnesses. You already have 4 other willing witnesses. Becoming a witness on purpose would accomplish nothing. She may as well have sat in the stands and watched the trial. Well, you don't know that for sure. No, you're absolutely right. Defender, something tells me you must be thinking something along the lines of he's absolutely right. Please quit reading my mind, Your Honor. Last one left. Suggest you think before opening your mouth, Sir Defender. No idea. Why is he cannot save here? Why do you need alibi? Just cover up your crime. Can't think of any other possibility. This has to be the answer. Isn't it obvious she was trying to cover up her own crime? Is that right? Tell me, why would she do that? Well, just give me a minute. I'm getting to that part. Okay. It will not be necessary, Sir Blue Knight. Think about it. What would she have to hide? If no one could have seen her to begin with. You heard the good Inquisitor. No matter how you look at it, there'll be no reason for me to reappear, assuming I was the criminal that is. Maybe we should save her.
Objection.
I was not able to read it. That was auto-progressed. Pardon the interruption, but that's not necessarily the case. Mr. Layton. Explain yourself, Sir Top Hat. You have stated that Miss Kira had no reason to reappear. However, the situation changed and it became necessary for her to show herself. Isn't that right, Miss Kira? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean. I guess to let Layton say objection? But of course. It would seem the defense must clarify the argument with evidence. That's right. We heard that Miss Kira did not intend to reveal herself at the crime scene. Rather that something occurred which forced this young lady to make herself reappear. It was so important that she had to reappear and risk being spotted. She lost her glasses here? Defender? Tell the court why it would have been necessary for the witch to appear at the crime scene. Okay, let's select this one.
Take that!
Miss Kira, you usually wear glasses, is that correct? It's like I already told you. I lost my glasses a few days ago. Are you absolutely sure about that? Or did you not in fact lose them tonight, during the crime? Of course not. Of course. Perhaps you accidentally dropped them while you were committing the crime? Then, as you were attempted to make your escape, you noticed they were gone. Therefore, you made yourself reappear in order to search for your missing glasses. Can't you search for them being invisible?
Objection.
How absurd! Such baseless conjecture! What you propose is fundamentally flawed. What do you mean? Let us assume, hypothetically, that the witch did in fact drop this evidence. It does not explain what purpose it would serve for her to make herself reappear. How? Easily. It would still make more sense for her to escape under the cover of darkness.
Objection.
Well, why you show yourself that you're searching the glasses of the crime scene? What's the point? Fortunately, Inquisitor Burnham, such a plan was simply not possible. What? That's right. Do you understand what I'm suggesting? Yes. It's the reason Miss Kira made herself reappear on the crime scene. To find it? I seriously see no difference. First of all, she didn't find it. Okay, that is it. Defendant, enlighten us. So, she appeared because she didn't even search for it. Why did the witness feel the need to make herself reappear? So, the actual cause here was to create herself an alibi. Someone found her glasses. She couldn't find her glasses. She broke her glasses. What the heck? She couldn't find her glasses. The answer is simple, Your Honor. She couldn't find her glasses. She could not find them? If you notice, she's still not wearing her glasses right now.
Objection!
Hold on a moment, Sir Blue Knight. What does that have to do with anything? That's right. It doesn't change a single thing.
Objection!
That's where you're wrong. In fact, it changes things quite a bit. Tonight, the two victims were engulfed by flames, courtesy of a magic spell. That very instant, 4 witnesses saw the flames erupt at the sun. It was at that point that something you didn't expect occurred. You suddenly lost your glasses. That's right. You were scared that if your glasses were discarded at the scene of the crime, you would be suspected of being a witch.
Objection!
What foolishness! If her glasses were found, she could simply have explained that she dropped them there days before the crime happened.
Objection!
I find that is not a possibility, Inquisitor Burnham. What do you say? If you recall, it had been raining quite heavily, the crime scene beforehand. As she stated that she dropped her glasses before the crime, naturally, one would expect the glasses to be soaked in water and covered in mud. However, the rain had already stopped at the crime, the time the crime itself was committed. In other words, I didn't get it. Rain already stopped. There's still mud here on the ground. One look at a pair of clean, dry glasses would reveal she had dropped them later, thus implicating her as a witch. What the heck are they saying? We know exactly that Lantern is covered in mud, so if she lost her glasses here, together with Lantern, they're also in mud. I should know. I was perfecting my rainfall rending technique in the forest. And not once during the rainfall did I see that flower maiden turning the lawn, the nearby path. That's not all. In order to frame Miss Cantabella as the witch, you need to leave this witch's scepter behind the scene of the crime. I see. With the most definitive evidence that she's the witch. Glasses dropped after it's still dry? You want to say that wall of fire will immediately dry up the soil? The objective here was to have somebody else discard the stuff at the scene. It's kinda super fast, wait a second. As soon as the fire started, this Emir rushed to the center of the crime scene, but this already was she behind him. Alas, that person was I. However, no doubt you came to realize that one can deduce which spells were used simply by examining the magic gems on the scepter. Also, I don't understand how he found this one. He was on the left. So she reappeared. To reappear, you must use scepter. Or maybe you should not. Should you or should not? It was not explained. And next she need to go back and put the scepter down the road. the heck is this? There's so many contradictions. How the heck she put Scepter in front of him? In this case, one can see that the witch must have used the mirror to vanish from sight and make you escape. Or you can put it, go back somewhere, and use a mirror. That's why, Miss Kira. You were left with no option but to reappear at the crime scene. It was the only way for you to avoid suspicion if someone were to discover your glasses at the crime scene. By reappearing, you'll be able to explain that you simply dropped your glasses when you rushed to see what had happened. But she said that she dropped them before, not during. Another contradiction. What do I have to say to that, Miss Kira?
You know, I've let you both ramble on and on, but playtime is over. So that's it, then? I'm a witch because I dropped my glasses? I must have said it how many times now? I lost my glasses days ago. Were you even listening? I'll say it again. Over 1,000,000 times! I lost my glasses, I lost my glasses! Do you like evidence, Sir Defender? Do you love proof, Sir Top Hat? Then prove I dropped my glasses at the crime scene. Ha! You can't prove it! In other words...
They're still invincible. Wait a second, Cube. That explains why she was not able to find the glasses, because they are invincible. And if they are invincible, what's the point to reappear? There are no glasses on the floor. I don't know, there's so many plot holes right now in this case. Warhammer. That is correct. Proving such a thing would indeed be impossible. The problem that the witness dropped your glasses at the crime scene. What say you, Inquisitor Burnham? This is indeed a question of proof, my lord. These glasses have been missing from the very beginning. The Knights of the Inquisition found no trace of these glasses anywhere near the crime scene. Therefore, this witness cannot in any way be accused of being a witch. You heard the man. What? He was so close. That girl's a witch. Can't anyone else see that? What should we do, Professor? Well, it would seem the young lady has finished what she had to say, wouldn't you agree, Mr. Wright? I'll better save here. Again. Because I cannot see it. Yes, it certainly looks that way, Mr. Layton. What's with that face? Do you find something funny here? It is as you said, Inquisitor Burnham. Explain. The fence raises just one further question. Why were you unable to find those glasses? What do you mean? You must have searched the area quite thoroughly looking for them. And yet, even though the Knights have been unable to locate those glasses, did you ever wonder why? Yes, it has become quite the mystery. Surely they must be around somewhere. Glasses were lost to the wolves. That's the only explanation. Oh yeah, they're wolves that steal stuff. There's still one remaining place that you have not searched tonight. What did you say? The glasses were supposedly not found at the crime scene, leaving only one other possible place. What is this? You too? Have it here, Sir Blue Knight. Draw your blade and reveal to the court where the glasses are supposedly hidden. On the crime scene or right in court? It looks like I've somehow managed to make it through my first witch trial. It all comes down to this, the final piece of evidence, to clear out this case once and for all. I leave the rest in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. The piece of evidence pointed to the one place not searched tonight is... the bucket of milk?
Take that!
Tonight, there was one thing that was carried away from the crime scene right under everyone's noses. Carried away? I'm speaking, of course, about this. That's the milk bucket that disappeared from the crime scene. Thus far, defense's claim that the glasses were dropped at the crime scene has been regarded as mere speculation. However, if Miss Kira, we find your glasses within the contents of this milk bucket, then our mere speculation will suddenly become fact. What manner of witchery? What are you talking about? You crazy, just crazy! No way could my glasses be inside that stupid bucket. It's just impossible. How about you quit with the speculation and actually find out? What is saying, Inquisitor Burnham? Just waste the court's time to listen to them, don't... It's mandated that the Knights of the Inquisition investigate any and all possibilities during the course of a trial. Lord, the Inquisition requests that this milk bucket be searched immediately. Very well. What? So if you remove something from you, it'll become visible again? Alright. Miss Kira, as you can see, your glasses have been found inside the milk bucket. The truth is out. Nothing you say can change that now. Which leads us to the next question. Specifically a question of when. When did you drop your glasses into the milk bucket? What? Why is this happening? This whole thing is ridiculous. The answer is obvious, isn't it? I dropped them afterwards, after I ran over to see the fire. I took a tiny peek inside that milk bucket. That's when they fell in.
Objection!
Don't be stupid, child. Snowy and I were the sent first. You made sure to take that milk bucket before anyone else could get their grubby little hands on it. You ain't going to let a single soul get anywhere near that sweet, creamy bucket of deliciousness. Can bet my farm on that. I know that many people hate goat milk, because it's not sweet, not creamy. Wait a second, no, it's creamy but not sweet. Tastes like... bog. Each of these four witnesses, well, the same taste as alligator milk, milk. Meat! Each of these four witnesses has stated they heard the spell Ignize being cast at the time of the incident. According to the Grand Grimoire, Ignize summons a cycle of flame within 1 meter radius of the caster. In other words, the real witch must have been at Miss Cantabella's side at the time of the incident. Indeed. That's when the glasses fell into the milk bucket. Therefore, there's only one logical conclusion, only one person who could be the true witch.
Miss Kira, you are the real witch.
Huh? Second case closed. And she'll be immediately killed? What a very strange trial this has been. From the very beginning, we have all paid witness to a most unusual set of circumstances. A baker turned defender, surprise extra witness, and now a not guilty verdict for the accused. Never have I seen such a spectacle. Is this really happening? The girl inside the cage. You mean she's the real witch? What? What about that Espela Cantabella's girl?
Miss Kira, tell us why. Why were you trying to frame Miss Cantabella?
Because it was in the book, storyteller.
You could easily have escaped the crime scene without a trace. There was no reason to frame anyone. This crime was a result of nothing but your overwhelming ill intent.
To frame a person as a witch is to condemn that person to death by fire. Surely you must know this. So why Espela Cantabella?
Do you have any idea what it feels like to be a witch?
You feel yourself powerful? A superhuman?
What it feels like.
I didn't ask for this.
So why in this case you were carrying this scepter and using magic?
I didn't ask for these powers, but I have them. And now here I am, begging for my life.
Makes no sense what she's saying.
I was living such a peaceful life until now. Selling flowers, getting scolded by my boss for not selling enough of them. That's why I was trying to put an end to these trials once and for all.
Put an end to the trials.
You all know what I mean?
I don't know.
The one condition written in the story that will end these witch trials.
Which condition?
When the great witch Bezella has been put to the flames and vanquished from this world, these trials will come to an end.
She's Witch Bezella? What?
This was my chance to finally end all this. At least that's what I thought.
Didn't get it.
The sun had begun to set on that lonely forest path, and there wasn't a soul in sight. I always carried my hidden Telea Magica with me in case of a moment like this. I used my magic to expose that girl for what she really is. If I had been successful, then all these trials would finally end, and I could go on living my peaceful life.
What? What are you saying? Am I hearing this correctly?
Yes, they actually said that she might be in this witch.
Are you actually
Yeah,
accusing
today as well.
Espela Cantabella?
Why do you think no one has ever seen the legendary Great Witch? It's because she's been hidden in our midst the entire time. She's protected. She's hidden from us. It's all part of the story.
Part of the story?
Objection! That's enough! Speak no more. A witch's existence cannot be justified.
No, please. I know you've all noticed it too. You could end this. All of this. That girl. It's all because of that girl. I beg you. Please. Please release me. Knights of the court, isn't it your duty to protect the people of this town? Give me another chance.
That is where you're wrong.
Huh?
'Tis indeed a knight's duty to protect. We are impelled to protect the citizens of Labyrinthia against you and your ilk.
Ilk?
The reason you were offered my protection until now was because your guilt was uncertain. There was the possibility that you were not a witch. The circumstances were such that it seemed another was guilty. That possibility has since disappeared, and your innocence along with it. You now find yourself at the other end of my sword.
No!
Vile witch, enemy of Labyrinthia, may the fires purge you from this land.
Hold it! Please, wait! Stop! Please, just stop this!
Spella!
What's going on?
If it means putting an end to these horrible trials, let me take her place. Let me be Bezella. Send me to the flames. But please, if it would save her life.
It will not.
This trial has proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that this flower seller, Kira, is a witch. And according to the law, all those found to be witches will be executed.
Did he say executed? He can't mean...
But you already saw it at the beginning.
This is most unsettling.
Bailiff, ready the fire.
Because if the real Great Witch will be put to fire, no one else will be put to fire, according to the book. That's all.
No!
No! Don't do this!
Listen to me! Don't let her fool you! Isabella is the Great Witch! Hear me! There's no time to waste! She's Bezella! Take her! And then these witch trials will be no more! The witch trials will end!
It really reminds me of Umineka. Need to play it someday. I've never had any official English translation, isn't it? I wonder why. So far, we've always managed to pull off a win and get a not guilty verdict, but Miriam has never felt this depressing. Spella, alright? Yes, I just want to thank all of you. You all came to my rescue yet again. Well, yeah, of course you did. Hold on a sec, Spella. What did you say just now? You all came to my rescue yet again. You don't mean... Yes, I remember everything. I remember the last trial. I suppose that makes this the second time we've met, and the second time all of you have helped me. Mr. Wright, am I to infer that you and Spella have met before? Oh yeah, it seems that way. To Mr. Layton? Perhaps it would be best if we briefed each other on what has transpired. Looks like so. It doesn't say what will happen. It only says that all these trials will immediately stop. Instantly, and will never happen again. Not them becoming non-witches. Okay, what should we discuss? What happened on the ship? I didn't know where the ship would end up. I felt very lonely out there. Because Storyteller wrote it in his book. Please accept my sincerest apologies. I'm afraid there was nothing else I could do to prevent it. No, please don't blame yourself, Mr. Layton. I just didn't know what to do, so I tried to look for something, anything on the ship that might help me. Well, you should find something, right? Or rather, someone. You ran into a master thief working as part of the ship's crew. Yes, that's right. You say Master Thief? Freaky, that's amazing. I wouldn't exactly say it was amazing. On that, I was taken to court, and that's when Mr. Wright helped me. You see, then perhaps... Lazybot. Somewhere deep within your mind must have existed a memory of that previous trial, and of Mr. Wright. Hence why you thought to seek out his help when you found yourself in such an unfortunate situation in this evening. That makes sense. After all, Nick did make legal history that day in jolly old England. You say he made history? Wow, that's incredible, right, Professor? I wouldn't exactly say I made history. But then, after that, I was never able to find my way back to the Professor. Even after I went through the pains of finding that clue, it ended up being taken away from me. A clue, you see? Yes, the tug that was hanging around the neck of that sweet little stuffed toy. The tug was a clue? A clue for what? Really? It was stuck for Scotland Yard address. Okay, what should we discuss? Like this choice. A speller paid us a visit in London. What? Had to redesign Phoenix Wright multiple times to ensure his sharp silhouettes complemented Professor Layton's softer, hand-drawn aesthetic without breaking the game's visual immersion? I would say he's breaking the immersion. They should redesign Layton instead. She had in her possession a letter from an old acquaintance of mine. Can you tell his name? Is that right? Mr. Accidentia, but not his name, last name, helped drive a speller straight out of Labyrinthia. Bob kept me safe from the witches that were chasing me. Wait, did you say witches? So they appeared in London too? Well, first of all, you need to create 2D sketches before switching to 3D model. Incredibly, I'm unable to say that our protection was absolute. When we saw you last, seemed you managed to escape, courtesy of that Possum Fighter. Oh yeah, that's right. What happened to you after that, Speller? I rode the ship along the river for a while, before arriving at a nearby port. And then... that's when I met Mr. Wright and Maya. But what happened next? After the case closed. Okay, what should we discuss? The stuffed toys talk. I had a lot of time to think while I was on that ship. I thought about a lot of things. Like how to try and find a way back once the ship arrived at its destination. Things like that. Find a way back? A way back to Mr. Layton and Luke. Can she tell us how to escape this world, for example? They were the only ones I knew I could depend on to help me. The pleasure was ours, Speller. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't remember the name of the town where they lived. Huh? You mean London, Speller? Oh, that's it! London! That's what was written in Carmine's letter to Mr. Layton. The blue teddy bear. Teddy bear? This? I found in that room was wearing a tag around its neck. Sorry, Speller, but PC Badger looks nothing like a teddy bear. On the tag, in very small letters, was written London. I recognized the name of the town, thought it might be an address. That's because that stuffed toy was used in a special promotion run by the London Metropolitan Police. Oh, that's right. Speller, you must have known that address was super important, so that's why you kept the tag, right? That way you could meet up with Mr. Layton and Luke again in London? I just felt so lonely and helpless. I wonder though, who do you think really did it? Hit Olivia over the head with a pipe, I mean? Not this. Oh yeah, I guess we never did find out who the real culprit was. I do believe that may have some connection to the group of witches. What? You mean the witches that were chasing us through London? In it could be that they noticed you escape onto that ship and managed to infiltrate their own way aboard. Could it be? So you say there was some big, scary witch lurking around the inside of that cargo hold? I think there's a rather high possibility that was the case. Those witches were intent on seeing you brought back to Labyrinthia, no matter what. However, in order to do so, they had to make certain you didn't become entangled in any situation that may stall your capture. In other words, station with Miss Al Dente, I mean. Precisely. They must have knocked that crew member unconscious and attempted to recapture Spella before the police could arrive. However, their plan was clearly foiled, given that you ended up in court regardless. I'm not sure why they didn't care about all other people. They didn't care about Phoenix and Layton here. And that's when she became my client. I just can't really remember anything that happened back then. Do you think there's a possibility that someone is pulling Espella's strings through the entire trial? Yeah, maybe you're right. There was something a little strange about Espella at that time. Mr. Wright, Espella was introduced to you at the time as a schoolgirl, that's correct? Yes. She would have had no knowledge of the world outside of Labyrinthia. Being the case, having her stand in an English courtroom as she was would pose a serious problem. Meaning that someone must have been attempted to cover up Espella's identity. What? But Professor, could someone really do that? So the real witch here is Darklow. That they could indeed. Look, and if it is as I suspect, I believe our adversaries may be far more powerful than we originally thought. Just exactly who, what are we dealing with here? Hey guys, let's head back to the bakery for now. I bet the boss is waiting for us with one heck of a pastry feast. Pastry feast? Actually, I can't go home just yet. You can't? Well, there's still a couple of legal procedures to be taken care of before I can go home. Please, you all go on ahead without me. But those procedures, that's all? Very well. I really must thank you all. Thank you so much for everything. Alright then, Espella. We'll catch you later, alligator. Yes. Farewell for now. Mr. Wright, please allow me the pleasure of a proper introduction. My name is Herschel Layton, a professor of archaeology in London. A professor, huh? Well, my name is Phoenix Wright, I'm an attorney. As I suspected, you were no ordinary baker, after all, Mr. Wright. Loonybug? I'm not sure that they will explain it somehow. That they're inside their VR video game or so. Yeah, I thought it was pretty worth myself, to be honest. I mean, I really did believe I'll be a baker all my life. But the more everyone kept saying it, the less sure I was that it was actually true. Just where did that memory come from, anyway? Hey, Professor. Mr. Wright is an attorney. That must mean he's as smart as you, right? I'm afraid I can't really say, look. No, he's not, he's saying. But... behind every ace attorney there's an even smarter, not to mention beautiful, witty, and utterly amazing ace assistant. I think you also forgot humble. My name is Luke Triton. I'm the professor's apprentice. I'm Maifei, and Nikki is my apprentice. Isn't that right, Nicky boy? Nicky boy? Hey, wait! Am I your apprentice? Anyway, we should all head back to the bakery. Let's get a move on. I'm sure Spella will be back before we know it. I would not get your hopes up about that, Sir Blue Knight. Mr. Burnham! Most impressive work tonight. It's a shame you have kept such ability hidden until now. Trust me, the Explorer abilities beat the pants of his baking abilities any day of the week. Okay, moving on. What do I mean by that, Inquisitor? Why can't Espella go home? New charges have been brought against Miss Espella Cantabella. What the heck? What? No way! It can't be right! You have realized it, haven't you? She's being charged under suspicion of being the Great Witch Bezella. How should I prove that they're wrong? She what? How can that be? Am I to assume that charge is based purely on Miss Kira's accusation? It is not. It was not I who made the decision. Regardless, the girl will return to court at the appointed time for further trial. Until then, I'm to seek out any and all evidence pertaining to the Great Witch. Pearl Inquisitor? Pardon me, Inquisitor, when exactly is this appointed time? Investigation into this allegation will conclude on the day of the storyteller's next parade. It would be 2 weeks from today. She'll be in prison for 2 weeks. For our investigations into detention center, maybe. Till the matter, the trial of the Great Witch shall proceed. What the? It would appear the girl has been withholding a dark secret from you all. Spella. Espella Cantabella's questioning is set to begin shortly. That means visiting hours are over. I recommend you leave immediately. Spella? Then let you to regret Great Witch Bezella? The story that dictates the fate of an entire town, and now a so-called Great Witch named Bezella, most intriguing. It would seem to be up to us to uncover the answers to these mysteries. But how is supposed to manage it all in 2 weeks? Are you going to find any evidence? Why 2 weeks? It's a lot of time. You know, I was thinking, how do you address a Great Witch? Hail to thee, oh magnificent magical one. Maybe just, what's up, witchy baby? What the heck? What difference would it make? She's called a Great Witch. That's not someone I'll ever want to meet. I believe I have thought of a solution to our problem. It's actually rather simple. Professor Layton? Allow me to explain, Mr. Wright. The only way you may be able to solve the mysteries of this town and its residents is if we join forces. He's right. We've come this far. There's no way we're just going to give up on the spell. Okay, on board. I look forward to teaming up with you, Professor. You too, look. Me too, Maya. Now then, shall we press on? This marks the beginning of our own story, one dictated by ourselves and written by our own hands. Is it? Took me 2 hours. Well, the end was easy here, when you understand what's going on. Well, definitely not getting the high score. Not snow. The Great Witch chapter. Easily guess. But why it's already the Great Witch, not somewhere at the end? The Great Witch Bezella, legendary witch from ancient times. She's the source of all evil and the one who gives rise to all other witches. As long as the Great Witch Bezella is alive, there will always be witches in Labyrinthia. Apparently, this is the commonly held belief. Therefore, if Bezella were to be put to the fire, there will be no further need for these trials. In other words, no Bezella, no witches, right? But how does it all that implicates Speller? By the way, Professor, you seem to know a lot about all this. The Professor and I discovered a mural of the Great Witch Bezella in a room below the library. It looked like it was painted a long time ago, that's for sure. You mean like a wall painting of Bezella? Indeed. There were some historical remains hidden beneath the library. We found it there. At any rate, I'd very much like to investigate Bezella in greater detail. But my knowledge extends no further than the legend known to the townspeople. In that case, I guess we have no choice but to ask a Speller. Maybe she can tell us why she's accused of being a Bezella. Well, yeah, but didn't they tell us we can't see her for a while? Come on, you've never let that stop us before. And that's why it's how we always end up in all sorts of trouble. Well, fine, just leave it to me. It's nothing that a little sweet talking can fix. Well, I'm not sure that's a good idea. Hey, look, pal, you need to see a Speller. It's a matter of life and death. I'm not sure I would qualify that as sweet talk, but rather more of a full-on assault. Did you not hear what Inquisitor Burnham said? Speller Cantabella is currently undergoing questioning. And while I skip it, can't you do something? Keep it down, will you? What are our orders? No matter how many times you ask, the answer will still be no. Now, be on your way, will you? Go on, go. Access denied. That much is obvious, Maya. Can't believe Mr. Burnham took a Speller into custody just because of that outburst. That reminds me, something Inquisitor Burnham said has been bothering me. It was not I who made the decision. I believe that's how he put it. Oh yeah, that's right. So in other words, there's someone of higher authority than Inquisitor Burnham. That's it. We'll just go and ask that person instead. But who in Labyrinthia could have more authority than Inquisitor Burnham? Well, I know how to find out. Let's ask around, look. Not you again. You don't give up, do you? Like I said before, you cannot see. It's not a Speller. There's someone else we'd like to see. That's right. we'd like you to take us to see the person ranked above Inquisitor Burnham. Above Inquisitor Burnham? You're telling me that you want to see the High Inquisitor? So, they call the High Inquisitor, then. What is? Are you seriously suggesting that you don't even know of High Inquisitor Darklaw? So, Darklaw is the witch Inquisitor. Indeed. High Inquisitor Darklaw? That's weird. Can't help but feel I've heard that name somewhere before. I'm sorry, but could you tell us where you can find that person? Just do me a favor and don't ask. She's not the sort of person you can just drop in and see, believe me. Small god? But there's something of importance we wish to discuss with her. People really are fearless. Well, don't say I didn't warn you. To meet High Inquisitor Darklaw, you must go to the Inquisitor's Hall. Just be careful not to upset her. Why always some important people of high rank, etc., such as Winnie, Karen, and other stuff? Upsetting. Here. You understand? Thank you for your assistance. And the High Inquisitor really so fearsome? Of course not. Not our High Inquisitor. Just wonderful, beautiful, intelligent, just a little strict. And I have to go mentioning what I said about upsetting you, understood? Don't worry, you can rely on us. High Inquisitor. That title sounds really high up on the food chain, doesn't it? Apparently, if you go to the Inquisitor's Hall, you can see her there. Well, won't achieve anything standing here. Let's go and see her. Never like investigations. No hidden puzzles, again. Oh, wait a second, I didn't solve other puzzles. Which I'll need to do. It's not late. As soon as possible. I can see Inquisitor Burnham over there. Okay. Which means that woman standing next to him must be High Inquisitor Darklaw. Looks so serious. Might be difficult to button. Will Phoenix remember her? Guess we should wait until they finish their conversation. So far he didn't recognize her name. He prepared for the question of Espella Cantabella. She's in the Desnil dungeon. Would you like to see her now? Burnham, and then to leave the questioning of the girl to you. But if she's indeed the Great Witch, shouldn't the High Inquisitor be there? It's not necessary that I be present, and I have much faith in your abilities. Understood. I will not let you down. I intend to visit the scene of the crime. Take care of things here while I'm away. The scene of the crime? You mean... That's right. It's unlikely there are any clues left, though. Anyway, the question is yours, Burnham. Yes, my lady? It looks like they finished talking. Inquisitor Burnham? You. How did you get in here? Sorry, sir, we didn't intend to eavesdrop. Mr. Burnham, there's something I'd like to ask you. I have no time right now. You'll best leave. He's gone. Gone to question a speller. It would appear that we have to find what we need to know from the High Inquisitor. What? Dumbbell here? She's using it? This bone here? Oh, this is her table. So, you're the High Inquisitor? From the way you talk, one would think we had already met. Certainly we have never met before. But I did have the opportunity of seeing you, the storyteller's spirit. That's right, Professor. During that parade, she was standing right next to the storyteller. The storyteller. Isn't he the one who is known as the creator in this town? So any person who gets to stand by his side has to be someone important, right? You all just come here to stand around speculating? If so, there's a quiet cell in the dungeon which has just become vacant. Can speculate all you want in there. Just a moment, Miss Darkrow. I have come here to talk to you. Talk to me? That's right. It's about this trial. I'd like to ask you about it. Visitors do not make a habit of discussing the details of trials just with just anyone. Just anyone? We, or in particular he, acted as a speller's attorney. This is hardly just anyone. That's me, alright. I'm Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. So you're the one. You're the knight of the court who opposed Inquisitor Burnham, aren't you? I received a detailed report. Yes, indeed. Most interesting. So, what would you like to know? I should ask Darklaw about what she's doing here, not in that world. Anyway, he doesn't remember, looks like. Certainly not experts when it comes to the Great Witch Bezella. So, could you perhaps tell us more about this particular witch? To begin with, is the Great Witch not just a figure of legend? The Great Witch Bezella does exist. That's a fact accepted by all of the townsfolk. In the past, the Great Witch Bezella used her evil power to burn the entire town. She burned the town. Professor, you saw that witch in the picture in the library. She was burning the town. Why a witch? If it was possible. If the Great Witch Bezella uses her powers, this town could burn again, as it did long ago. You have to capture Bezella before that can happen. By the way, I'm thinking that nowadays you can easily create text-based adventures using AI. It will parse any text. Why nobody doing this? These adventures were very popular in the past. Why not to return this genre? Using AI, of course. There's no way Speller would ever do something like that. One thing I'd really like to know is why Speller, of all people, is suspected of being Bezella. Of course, there's one reason. One reason? I should ask Darklaw about a Speller. I personally think that he'll be something like stupid old man. Speller was proven innocent at the last trial. Despite that, she's now been accused of being Bezella, even though there's no decisive evidence to support that claim. Just a moment. Before we discuss that, there's one thing I need to make clear. Well, it's true that you acted as a speller's defender in the last trial. That does not necessarily mean to say you will be defending her again. What do you mean? Just because the trial is different, that doesn't change the fact that I am her attorney. The charge against the speller Cantabella is of the gravest nature. You mean the charge that she's the Great Witch Bestseller? What makes you think the accused wants you to defend her again? Does that mean that if a speller doesn't ask Nick to defend her again, then he can't request to be her defense attorney? Correct. The Great Witch Bestseller is the source of all other witches. Her defender could, by their own words, place themselves in great danger. Knowing the speller's kind nature, I don't think she'll want to subject anyone to that risk. That's why she kept quiet earlier. However, a speller is, at this very moment, undergoing questioning. Is she not? And there's a possibility. Different witch. She's not the witch that killed this two men, but she's still a witch. It's a different case. And there's a possibility that she may be cleared of the suspicion of being a witch. That's right. There can't possibly be evidence of a speller actually being a witch. So how could anyone prove she is? Just how well do you people really think you know a speller? On what grounds can you say that she's not a witch, or that there's no evidence? I'll be glad to have you explain that to me. That's not fair. Why a speller is a suspect? From what you've told us so far, it seems there's something about a speller that we do not yet know. Something which makes the townsfolk, and you yourself, believe that she's the Great Witch Bestseller. Could you tell us what that reason is? That's something you'll have to investigate. As the High Inquisitor, do you think it would be in my best interest to provide you with that information? Yes, because the goal of the court to discover the truth. Please, if you could just tell us a little more. I don't have to tell you anything. If you really want to know, find out for yourselves. At least, let us see a speller. So, Inquisitor Burnham is questioning the speller right now. Is that right? Yes, he is. So, seeing her tonight would be difficult. Try coming back tomorrow. Alright, fine. We'll try again tomorrow. That we will. Hope you all realize how this will look to the people of this town when they see you all supporting the person suspected of being the Great Witch Bestseller. Why not? When it comes to rescuing a speller, I'm not worried about what people think. And I feel the same way as Mr. Wright. That's what I was hoping to hear. At the very least, you should investigate. And I pray I don't see disappointment in your eyes the next time you meet. Now, excuse me. Hey Nick, I was thinking... You met here before, haven't we? Finally! Yeah, we have. In the trial back in England. And who on earth is she? I'm not really sure, but at that time she was a teacher from a boarding school for girls. Actually, I was afraid that they will be hiding this, like, the player knows and they not. Was she indeed? It would seem Labyrinthia is packed full of puzzles. And this is one puzzle that I would really like to solve. Okay then, give it to me. I give it my best shot. She's rich because I said so? That's constantly happening in the real life. When some police accuse you of doing something that you did not. Shall we begin? I appreciate your enthusiasm, Luke. I wonder if it might be better to first return to the bakery. So, according to law, if they accuse you, they have all the rights to arrest you and imprison for several days. And what you'll get in return? Naturally, if you didn't do this and somebody arresting you, you're supposed to fight back. But you have no rights for this, and they have all the rights. Why is the heck they above the law? Don't quite understand. To be arrested, you must have solid evidence. If you don't have it, you have no rights to arrest people. Mrs. Eckler is no doubt worried about us. Should let you know the situation, but wait a second, she's not married, why the heck she's Mrs.? Losing their job? Not ready? Right, I will tell you all about the trial. I have a feeling that not going to go too well. Listen, that's not going to go too well. I think you did very well, Mr. Wright. I'm sure you shall understand. She's like a mother to a speller. She must be worried sick about you. Okay, everyone, let's head back to and tell you everything. They actually will never be punished. If somebody will compensate, it's your own tax money, not their salary. How the court proceedings went, and the way that townspeople reacted. Speller, that seems you do indeed have a secret. Why the detective was freeing you in the first place? I'm not sure. I feel like it's been a while since we've been out here in the fresh air. And it? Shall we head back to the bakery? So trial took how many hours? 5? It's almost the morning supposed to be. The heck? Arrested because I confirmed he's guilty. It's not just one single story. There were several stories like this. Not just once. I don't understand why people trust an AI constantly. Well, I trust it more than people, but you must understand that it's doing the same mistakes as some junior at work. Okay, now middle, but definitely not senior or elite. Next. He's one frisky little puppy. He's a cute little guy, huh? Just begging to be petted. Aren't you, boy? Good boy. Good little doggy. See? See? Look, he's so happy. He's showing his teeth. Like he's smiling. I'm not so sure dogs show their teeth when they're happy. Well, for all the time it was fingerprints that tell them that you is you. Next it was DNA. But now it's downgraded to AI. It's really just regular human being checking your face and your photo. There's no difference. It's no better than this. It's completely the same and will never be better than this. It must check fingerprints, which is outdated, and DNA, and that's all. No other pros. Oh, wait a second, you can check the sign, because it's very hard to fake it. And voice. But appearance? No. Don't be such a spoil sport. Come on, try petting him. Alright, I give this a shot. Come on, here, boy. It's right. Don't pet him! Huh? I guess even cute little puppies have a bite worse than their bark. Are you right, Mr. Wright? I tried to warn you. It also was not explained yet why Luke can understand animals. Guess you can't always judge a dog by its looks. He may look cute, but what he was saying wasn't cute at all. What do you mean? By what he was saying, Luke? That's right, Miss Faye. Luke can understand what animals are saying. That's amazing! It's like magic! Look, you have magic powers, just like the witches do. Given the current circumstances, I'm not so sure that's a good thing. I wish I could talk to animals. I'd love to talk to a puppy, or even to a speller's cat, if. The puppy's way of talking reminded me a lot of Inquisitor Burnham. He said something like, "I'll only say this once, Sir Blue Knight. I, Constantine, or Constantine, do not permit you to stroke me." Or words to that effect. So the dog's name is Constantine. How it's Tin when it's supposed to be Tyne? That's E in the end. A robot? Perhaps that could have been Inquisitor Burnham's dog. I'm sure of it. He ran off in the direction of the Inquisitor's hall. That's why there was one. Maybe he's going to meet his master, so his slave. The dog is just like his owner, constant. Constantly barking, constantly biting Nick, and constantly adorable. So Maya, you mean you really believe in my ability? Trust me, Luke. When it comes to people and their special abilities, nothing surprises me. I have a few of myself. You know, few myself. Okay then, let's get back to the bakery. Come on, Nick, let's go. I guess so. I think I've been beaten enough for one night. By dog, and by his owner. To check how to pronounce Constantine. Didn't check for coins on previous screen, but I don't really care. Or maybe there were some hidden puzzles? Not. To drink coffee? I would like to have ability not to drink coffee. But I'm still drinking. What time is it? 10? Okay, let's take a pause and continue till 30 minutes. Be right back. What? You deciphering the names? A speller? Let's check. What was her Japanese name? A speller. Her Japanese name is... Where is it? It's supposed to be somewhere, I cannot see it. I found it. Mahone Katarusha? What the heck does it mean? Why her name was constantly translated into other languages? Mahone. Maho, it's magic, so it's spelling it. Mahone. But Katarusha? Don't even know. Whatever. What should I look at here? Not this. Not that. Wait a second, why am I in it here? I'm supposed to return into a bakery. Ah. That's how. Where was the library? Not sure which. Not here. Wait a second, where are the puzzles? Maybe not during daytime. Well, I have no idea. Maybe not right now. Phoenix, Maya! Why are you back so late? I'm no longer working for you. Yes, sorry we're so late. Just that... Well, about the speller. What are you two looking so glum about? I was so surprised. Just how's it that you could do such a brilliant job as a defender? It was wonderful the way you proved the speller innocent. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Not at all. No need to thank me, after all the speller is still... I know, Phoenix. Were you watching the trial? Certainly was, Maya. There's no reason for you to look so glum. The way you stood up to the Inquisition... In all my life, I've never seen anything like it. That outstretched arm, that pointing finger, it was truly a sight to behold, Phoenix. Yes. That's why I'm not at all worried. Because I believe in you, Phoenix. And I know you'll rescue our spell again. You'll rescue her, won't you? Maybe I'll be there for her, no matter what. Right to the very end. That's a promise now. You hear? Now then, you must both be tired after all you've been through. You must have a good rest. And that means you two gentlemen as well. Do you mean us? Of course, why if it hadn't been for you two? Felix couldn't have done what he did. Thank you, madam. Perhaps I should bring out another extra lunch loaf for our young apprentice here. No, I mean, I'm fine, really, but thanks for the offer. Nick, you have to give it all you've got, for the boss' sake. You got that right. It might be difficult to rest right after a trial like that, but tonight perhaps we should all try to get a good rest. Mrs. Eckler suggests. I agree, Professor. Tomorrow's a new day after all. Let's go inside then. If you don't take that rest, we won't be able to do our best tomorrow. Hope Spella is able to rest for the night as well. I'm not sure what's supposed to do now. Well then, let's all turn in for the night. Bishoujo Senshi. What does it mean? That's you, Maya? Why everything's still on the table? Look, what's the matter? Can't sleep. Kind of woke up, but then I guess you did too, right? You're worried about Spella, aren't you? Yeah. To all you were living here together. She must be like a member of the family. But you and Mr. Wright found yourselves here in Labyrinthia. Just like me and the professor, didn't you? So, that way, even though we've supposedly been living here for 5 years now, but those memories didn't actually turn out to be real. I got no idea how I even had that kind of memory in the first place. What about that? Even the boss seemed to have the same exact memory of us. She's done so much to take care of us. When I think about it, I can't help but feel like we're deceiving her, you know? Don't think you have any reason to feel that way, Maya. It's not your fault that your memories have changed. Sailor Moon? Wait a second. You mean the game names? That their names? I remember the Western RPGs that I wanted to play, where they have them installed into the flashcards. And even if the memories are different, I'm sure your feelings for Mrs. Eckler and Spella are real. It's alright, Luke. Thanks, Luke. I feel way better now. What, I can play it next? Some beat 'em up. But not fighting. At all, it's nothing. Alright, I'm gonna try real hard to get my beauty sleep. I'll be out faster than you say goodnight. I'm so sure beauty is achieved by sleeping, or that sleep is something you can try hard at, but I'm definitely ready to sleep. Maya, did you just say something? Me? Didn't say anything? But I'm sure I heard something. Maybe it was from outside, maybe it was a cat? Wonder what it was. Let's go and have a look. Hey, isn't that Patsy over there? Looks like she's searching for something. If what is cawing? She's calling the cat calling? Goodness me, where could that cat have gone? She doesn't normally go wandering off at this time of the night. Suppose you're worried about a speller too, aren't you? Speller? I wonder what she's doing right now. Is she crying herself to sleep? Don't worry, Speller. We've got friends here, and we are going to make sure you come home to us safely. And when you do, you'll all sit down and have a nice dinner together. Nice. She's worrying so much about this Speller. She looks so sad. She really does. This must be so hard for her. Maya, I've got a great idea. Let's go and find Eve for her. If Eve still isn't back by the time Speller comes home, she'll miss her for sure. And Mrs. Eclair could relax a little too. Look, you little genius! Let's go and find Eve for a spelling party. But I wonder where she could have gone. Probably find her quicker if you ask around a bit. Eve is easy to recognize. She looks quite distinctive and has that scarf around her neck. I'm sure someone must have seen her. Correction. You're not just a little genius, you're a super mega huge genius. It's nothing. I mean, I'm the professor's apprentice. Let's get this show on the road. How about we start by looking around that town center? Right you are, Maya. But you'll better take care, since we'll be in the streets at night. Don't worry though, if anything happens, you can rely on me. It's the job of every gentleman to protect a lady. Let's go, Maya. As the grown-up here, I can't help but feel it should be me who's doing the protecting. There's really no one here. What's they doing deep at night? Or the actual cards took place like 1 hour? It was me who's playing it 5 hours straight. Excuse me? What is it, lad? Do you have something you wish to sell? It must be serious for a young fellow, my lad, like yourself, to be visiting my shop at this hour. What kind of store is this anyway? Only see a bunch of pots and junk here. This is a pawnbroker's shop, madam, so pray tell, what is it that you're selling? Oh, by the way, I forgot about one thing. I wanted to check how many games I actually supported in this unusual pocket station. It was called like this. And memory sharing games. Memory card, of course. It's a heck. Why is the hero getting such notifications? Anyway, let me continue. It will take a lot of time to read through this. We are not exactly here on business, we're just looking for a cat. It's a cute black cat called Eve. You haven't seen her, have you? Black cat, you say? I have a feeling I may have seen it, but then again... Yes. It's no good. I thought I was about to remember for a moment there, but I've got things on my mind and I'm finding it hard to concentrate, you see? If only I could solve this. Are you talking about a puzzle? Because I could totally solve it for you. Sweaty, just like that. We recalled. What was his name? This ace detective. Hope too. Maya's still a newbie when it comes to solving puzzles. Hey look, can do this, can't we? Sweaty, just like that. And let's get to it, madam. Recently, the mice have been bothersome. I want to catch the mice that have been causing trouble in the shop and teach them a lesson. Masquerade. 8 mice have been separated into 2 groups. The blue group contains good, honest mice. The king is good, honest mice? Since when? The orange group contains devious mice. Look at the example on the upper screen and separate the 8 mice into the correct groups. What is the puzzle here? Wait a second, what? Well, I guess this one on the left. This one on the right. Wait a second. Oh, but wait a second, why is he here there? I was thinking about their colors, but their eyes are different as well. That's definitely her colors, her eyes. There's only one with mustaches, but you can fake mustaches. But color you cannot fake. Wait a second, you can fake color as well. You kidding me? It must be something else. 8 mice have been separated into 2 groups. The blue group contains good, honest mice. The orange group contains devious mice. Look at the example on the upper screen. Those are examples. And what is example? Oh, I must check. Oh, wait a second. No, I cannot check. It's like I'm checking. What they wearing? It can be. Like, why is this supposed to be king and not this one? Holy shit. Why don't I understand solution? Crown to right box. Crown to right box. It's not about the crown. Maybe. Let's take it as example. What they have in common. Trying to understand on these examples. Why those on the right are bad? What's the heck? Not a tail. Some difference in tails. What about ears? No. And it's just salty picarots, and I don't understand it. Holy shit. Okay, what do you see? Their eyes. Round, round, round. And so what? There's no good mice, they're all bad. Ah, I can put only 5. Okay, 3 and 5. That's something. So they're 5 good or 5 bad? Holy shit. Okay, just what they have on their head. Those 5 are completely the same, except this one has mustaches. Holy shit. How about this? Definitely
Let's
not.
do it, Luke.
I have no idea. Parents are not always what they seem. I know this! It's not about appearances. But about what is it? It's not about appearance, but what? About what? Holy shit. God damn it.
Let's do it, Luke.
What the heck? How is this possible?
Together.
Don't want to use hints any. Or anything else. So there are 2 huge mice, for example. What's the difference? There are a lot of differences. What do they have in common? Just what the heck? Some other trick about it. Still have no idea. What's the difference? What is in common? 8 mice have been separated into 2 groups. They're not separated into groups yet. You must separate them. Oh, an example. The blue group contains good, honest mice. The orange group contains devious mice. Oh, really? They must be 8 and 8. Holy shit. It's not about appearance. It doesn't matter how they move. How the heck it can be not about appearance if it's how they appear? Okay, if I select how they appear, ignoring everything else, what will I get here? Nothing. Those are identical. Holy shit. They have different tails, that's for sure. Like here, you have holes in the tails, loops actually. And they're not. Also, these two have the same tail. Interesting, so I see. And on the pictures, what's on the pictures? What is it about tails? No, on the left she has loop in the middle. On the right in the middle. Okay, what's the difference between them? Holy shit. Okay, let's submit one more time and check.
Let's do it, Miss Moya.
It's not.
Oh man, that was no good.
Okay. How about this?
Let's do it, Miss Moya.
Oh man, that was no good.
Rotate trade zero conditions here. Why's here there's no fat mice?
Let's do it, Luke.
I need a hint, I don't
We're
understand.
doing so well together.
The great mouse wearing the crown actually belongs in the orange group. Isn't it what I was saying? Crown to the right is actually Yukio. The grey mouse wearing the crown actually belongs to the orange group. So really in the orange group. Didn't fix anything. I was put into the orange group because it resembles the mouse in the middle. So it's the one in the middle, so it's in the orange group. But the rest also. There's only one black mouse. So this one I put here. Another black is here. Now there's no yellow mouse. These two here. This one is there. And this one is here. Well.
Let's do it, Miss Moya.
Just why not?
Oh man, that was no good.
Here another hint. The mouse with the white mustache belongs in the... I need a hint how to distinguish them. So these two in the orange group. Because they're trying to fake? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, give me one hint. The mouse wearing the crown and the mouse with the white mustache have two things in common. What? What the heck they have in common? Two things in common. They're the same color and so what? And that's all. The ears are the same. Or what? What else they have in common? Oh, I simply give up.
Let's do it, Miss Moya.
What
Oh,
else they
man,
have in common?
that was no
Two
good.
things. Ears and color. So what? So what's so special about it? Body color, of course. Holy shit, this puzzle. Take a look at the direction of the mice tails. Now you should get the idea. I am not getting any idea. Look at the top, direction of the mouse tails. Pointing it up and down, holy shit! That's discrimination.
Let's do it, Luke.
Yes, we did it!
What a puzzle. What time is it? Didn't think you solved such a difficult puzzle so easily, it's super difficult. Why the heck it's the tail? Quite impressive. Alright, that settles it then. Was thinking about loops or something else, but not that. And the professor's new apprentice. Think not. Professor has only one apprentice, and that's me. Because I don't quite understand why the direction of tail means that you're bad or you're good. It's completely confused me that you're checking the good mouse and the bad one. So do you two want to talk about a cat, or don't you? Of course you do. You'd very much like to hear about that cat. So, Mr. Pawnbroker, what can you tell us? Well, I haven't actually seen the cat. But instead I overheard the minstrel near the fountain singing about a black cat. Near the fountain. Got it. Thank you. We'll go and take a look here. There. Holy shit, how the heck I felt like this? So where was the fountain? Okay, give me another puzzle. Good evening, sir. There's something I'd like to ask you. What's the matter? You're a bit quiet this evening, aren't you? I wonder what's up. A sore throat, maybe? Kaslavin? What the heck is this? I have no choice but to retire. Why not salary? Yikes. Once now a rival has up and appeared, so how can I sing when I'm so afraid? A simple bard just cannot compete with a rival that strong. He cannot be beat. Please calm down. What do you mean? Oh, that bard, with the parrot on his shoulder, wrapped in colors, he couldn't be bolder. When he signs, it is with such grace, he draws the eyes of all in the place. This Bardley bard named Bardley, no bird sits on his shoulder, dressed so drably, he can hardly compete with the bard who is bolder. It would seem some amazing new rival has appeared. Oh, it's me. Well, for starters, you could try perking up a little. Perking up? I need some color to cheer up my day. Need some color to replace the gray. You need color? For example, bright colors such as this. Oh no. The stained glass window above has been beautifully painted using 4 bright colors, and a similar stained glass window so that each neighboring color is different. I never had such puzzle. Think carefully of where each color should go. Should continue tomorrow about this. Similar stained glass window, similar, so not exactly the same. Yellow can only be used once? What do you mean by this? Then. Let's check. It's the same number of picaras, but this puzzle was, like, not a puzzle at all. Previous was better, but didn't finish it. Look at this, Mr. Barney. The colors are beautiful. Come on, cheer up. Mr. isn't judged by appearances. He's judged by his songs. Saying that there are many people who love to hear your songs, Mr. Barney. Absolutely. I, for one, would love to hear more of your songs, and I, for one, would like to see this part. Really? Yes, really. Really, truly? Yes, truly, really. Oh yes, you're right, now I feel reborn. There's no reason for me to feel so forlorn. I shall sing in my heart's content, morn, noon and night, and on, I won't give up without a fight. That's more like it. At least he's perked up enough to continue singing. You're too right. That's a relief. In return for the cheer that you did bring, now more than ever, I'll continue to sing. Sing? You're really welcome. Still, it doesn't seem like there's another minstrel somewhere in town. Oh, kindly do. What could it be? What brings you to Barley? What would you ask of me? Almost forgot. Mr. Bartley, have you seen a black cat anywhere around here? I've seen it. Seen it. I've seen a black cat. Since you're asking, I'll sing about that. A beautiful black cat with fur so sleek, chased and chased, ran to the main street. 3 knights gave chase, but it didn't last. They can't go away by running so fast. Sonic? Said look, Eve must go to the main street. Come on, Maya, let's go that way. Yeah, he mentioned something about Eve being chased, but hurry. May I see a main street? It would be better to just save here and continue tomorrow. Was tomorrow Thursday? Soon it will be the end of the week. Did save. Double checking. 13 hours. 13 minutes. How the heck I saved like this? No idea. Alright, let me check who's online. Wait a second, I wanted to check what? Well, doesn't matter. Later. So today I got another puzzle that I was not able to solve myself without hints. Gosh. How did this happen? See who's this? What? Only me? Where's Luna? Who's Luna? I already lost the nickname. Sadly. Red Hot? Need to type it. Kinda strange. I have Fob Custom in my list, but not Lunar Red Hood. How the heck is it possible? Can you tell me? So, Fob Custom is here, Luna is not. Okay, you saying Luna? Raid on this channel? Where's my raid button? Alright, done. So yet again, thank you for stopping by and continue tomorrow, of course. Have time only for 3 hours a day, not so much I must say. Don't really like it. I'm supposed to start early, but simply no time. So bye, good night.